Hello, Humany Universe. It's me, Carrie, and I'm in San Jose for a trip, and I also just showered, so my hair is wet. But I have some news, and the news is not that I'm wearing this beautiful BFDI t-shirt. No, the news is related to this video that I posted last year, which is called I Have a Wikipedia Article Now. But back then, it wasn't the BFDI one. It was this one for Scale of the Universe, which is a project I made like 15 years ago, and that got more notoriety on the internet earlier, so there's a lot more resources for it. But what's the news today? Well, if you search a BFDI Wikipedia, what's this first link, Battle for Jib Island Wikipedia, there's an official BFDI article on the official Wikipedia, which I just think is so crazy because like ever since 2012 or something, I've been dreaming about this moment, and I thought like, what is it going to take to happen in real life? And now it's here, and I think Wikipedia editors themselves are the ones writing it, so, you know, I'm not going to condone, like, fans going swarming this article, but, like, I've read through it. I think it's, for the most part, very factual and correct, and there's a picture of me. Can you see that? Oh, it's kind of covered up. But, like, so there's, you know, some sections about the premise and the seasons, and, oh, wait, there's a main article listed about, wait, that doesn't exist yet. It's a red link. Wait, at some point they had a... because I checked this yesterday when it was first created, they had a table that shows every season, all the 5 seasons, and the number of episodes that each season had. And I thought it was really well formatted, so I wanted to like give them props for that, but it looks like it's deleted. So anyway, let's read it. Battle for Jib Island, BFDI redirects here. For the German regulatory authority, see Federal Commission for Data Protection and Freedom Information. I know it shares an acronym. Anyway, it's an animated, BFDI is an animated web series created by brothers Michael and Carrie Huang. Episodes and other related media are posted on their YouTube channel, Jack and Jellyfy. Oh, that's so good. It has a channel name. A parody of the game show genre. True. The series consists of competitions between anthropomorphic objects, which is, by the way, I feel like that's one of the longest words for such a simple concept is anthropomorphization. That's like 8 syllables or something. This format influenced the emergence of similar web series known as object shows. So you guys, your object shows are also mentioned on this page. And then we have our logo, and the genre is object show, parody, and slapstick. Interesting. Yeah, Michael Huang, Carrie Huang are creator, country of origin, US, original language, English, seasons 5, number of episodes, 98. So that means 2 more episodes from now, you know, before the end of the year, we'll have 100 episodes. That's crazy. Running time 7 to 43 minutes. That's kind of funny because like the longest episode must have been like, what, Teapot 15 or something. But the shortest is technically 5 minutes and 56 seconds. Season 1, episode 11, Lofty. And yeah, network YouTube, yeah, we don't really have a network, released January 1st, 2010. They have the most important birthday of my life, the most pivotal period that I divide my life into, pre-BFDI and post-BFDI. Premise, Battle for Jib Island centers around a competition between anthropomorphic objects as contestants. Participants compete to avoid elimination, and viewers vote and decide which contestant will be eliminated in the next episode. The series is a game show parody with similarities to Survivor and Total Drama Island, which is true. You know, I always mention those two. It heavily features slapstick humor. I mean, I guess it's slapstick. I never thought about like, oh, I want to do slapstick now. I always just thought like, what would be a quirky situation to put them in? And each character is generally named after the type of object they are. That's very true. Woody, fiery, rocky, what could they be? Even though characters often die in ways that reflect how real-life counterparts would be destroyed, they can be resurrected via recovery. They put recovery machines. We all know here it's recovery centers. Also, I should like tone it down a bit because there's other people in this house too who are sleeping. Viewers can also request their fan-made characters to be given cameo appearances in the episodes. Those are known as recommended characters. Hooray! Okay, so I'm not gonna read the whole thing because you know it's kind of it's not long, but it's fun. And here's pictures. I think that's what's funny is that this picture is from me 9 years ago, and this picture is from Michael this year. So like, I don't know if you can tell like. I don't know if you can like see me aging or something, but like based on this picture, it looks like I would be 9 years younger than Michael, but we're actually twins. But I like his photo though. I think it's not the worst photo they could have picked. Reception. I think that this part was interesting. Wait. Oh wow, this is getting changed a lot. Slash film writer Whitney Seibolds called the series an underground phenomenon. I guess it is kind of underground, citing a lack of coverage by the media and absence of a Wikipedia article at the time of, despite its popularity, while noting its sweet, direct kindergarten appeal. So first off, like I think it's kind of like funny that like part of the reason that this page has an article is because the writer was saying it doesn't have an article. Like it's kind of like the fact that the smallest integer that isn't interesting is interesting because it's the smallest integer that isn't interesting. But also, I appreciate the compliment and I like that it's sweet and direct. I'm hoping that like it has a wider appeal than just kindergartners because like I always think that it appeals to the age range that I was when I created the first season, which is like 12 to 14. And I feel like some of the jokes and some of the like plot lines are a bit like heavier and more intense. Like Teapot 20, deals with a lot of, I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but a lot of themes about like sabotage and like abandonment of friendships and trying to control your emotions during moments when you feel like the world has turned against you. So, I hope it's a little bit above kindergarten. Maybe we could try to move to first grade, anyway. But I really appreciate that Whitney Seibold probably is the reason this article even exists. It's all because of you. And then Russ Burlingame of Comics Beat praised the series' avoidance of predictable traits and lazy jokes. And I think that is something also true that I always try to do, is that like, if there is any format that you would expect an episode to fit into, there's always an episode that breaks that format. So like, not every episode has a competition because there's like, Teapot 20 or BFDI 13, like some things that dive more into the storyline, or like, there's a character who doesn't speak at all, like Teardrop, so she doesn't even have a voice actor. Anyway, on the C also, they put Drawn Together and The Scale of the Universe. But what's interesting is that yesterday when I checked this, it had Total Drama Island and Survivor, which I feel like are much closer thematically than Drawn Together, which I actually never watched. So, oh yeah, I know about the show, and actually it came out during a period that I would be watching like Cartoon Network and stuff, but I just never watched it. Or Comedy Central. I guess it's for adults, so that's probably why I didn't see it. Yay. Lesbian representation. Anyway, okay. Okay, so I wanted to point out that like over the last 24 hours, a lot has changed. So like I checked this article and I was like, hooray, it exists now. And then a few hours later, it said an editor has nominated this article for deletion, and we were confused why. So then we looked into like some of so every Wikipedia article has a discussion page where everyone like talks about what they think should happen to the page, and all that gets saved. It's like sort of like GitHub where nothing ever gets erased for good. So I think if you click edit, you can see a view history. Every change that's happened over the course of like forever. Oh wait, there's a version from earlier this year. That's crazy. Anyway, so when it came to like why are they nominating this for deletion, I know that there's actually a whole, there's a whole like, I talked about this talk page a lot about like all the reasons why BFDI is not on Wikipedia, and they give for the most part like these are more like level-headed, factual, logical requirements. Also, this table I think is so funny. It's just every time that a fan tried to create a BFDI page and then it was deleted. Who was so busy on September 16th, 2020? There's like 5 entries here. 2020 and 2021 were a crazy time for. Anyway, so okay. There's this, but I just wanted to point out that I think when we looked into which editor wanted to nominate it for deletion, it was this person here who said, I don't want a crappy show on Wikipedia. And I'm a little sad about that because I thought there was this premise that like on Wikipedia they say the argument I just don't like it is not a valid argument to propose something to be deleted. And this is as close as possible to that. And I also feel like BFDA isn't that crappy. Like you just have to get to like a later season. And also just like not judge a show by its fandom. I feel like that's something that happens a lot. Like I don't know, Undertale is a really well-made game, but there's some fans who are crazy about it. Or like, right now The Amazing Digital Circus is actually a show that's for late teenagers and adults, but because the fandom decides to make a lot of brain rot content about it on YouTube Shorts or something, people get this perception that only brain rotted kids watch it, but that's just not true. So I hope that people, when they say like, I don't want a crappy show on Wikipedia, it's just like, they actually give the show itself a chance and don't just judge it based on what they see from like little bits and pieces from crazy fans. Also, don't send any hate or like any mob to any username that you see in this video. Like I'm purely just like talking about like case studies and my thoughts about it, and you should as well. Anyway, I want to like just end this on a positive note. Like I just think that indie animation is really sort of having a resurgence right now. Like so first of all, I know that SMG4 is about to end. So I know that sounds like a paradox. I was saying it's doing well. Like I am, really inspired by the success of SMG4 and the 2 brothers that ran the channel, because they went on to make Glitch Productions. And when I think about like, I think one of the brothers is actually younger than I am. So when I think about how far they've gone in their young lives, I'm like, wow, they are already like one of the leaders of indie animation. And I also have heard that like within Hollywood, within mainstream entertainment industry, they're kind of like ignoring or forgetting about animation, like kids content, and they're just like pivoting back into like shows like Red Notice on
Glitch
Netflix,
is here to
which is, like, for
revolutionize
adults,
and
for the most part.
synergize.
So like, I think it's really cool that Glitch is doing so much with like the Knights of Guinevere. Isn't that one like Gasworks? What's it called? Gasworks? Shoot, I forget what it's called. Gaslight, the Gaslight District. That's right. Yeah, of course, Amazing Digital Circus, Murder Drones, and just there's like a lot happening now through indie funding, and like we're not as reliant on like, will the executives at Netflix who don't even watch YouTube give us any notice, or will the executives at like, I don't know, Cartoon Network or like these kind of more old school industries care about us? Because history has shown for the last 17 years that I've been on YouTube that they don't really take notice, and it feels like moving mountains to convince them that like, yes, the like 3 million people who have wanted to watch our episodes every single time, they are a valuable audience that we should try to give content that they want to see. I think people who are in their like 50s, 60s, 70s, they just don't know what that means. They like, no amount of numbers, no amount of comments, emails, letters, photos of the events will convince them that this is a community worth investing in. But I think that now that we're kind of shifting, and now that like indie studios like Glitch and maybe Jack and Jellyfish, I don't want to like say that we're on the same level, but like just like I feel like we're having more resources that we can just do it ourselves, and that's really inspiring. Oh wait, I'm filming a video.
Oh,
no, I'll be done in like 2 minutes.
Okay, we kind of grab stuff.
Do you want to be in the video?
I was gonna change.
You're okay. Well, it's a human video. I'm like filming it right now. I could just end it. Should I just say bye? Unless you want to like.
No, wait. I'll leave.
Oh, okay. No. I really am done because like I literally like reached the last point.
Wait. I don't want to mess with your video.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want to say hi?
Hey guys, I just got out the shower.
Oh, that's good. Me too. Yeah. Polymar's cameo. Okay, well, thank you for watching this video. And yeah, also I want to say thank you to the editors at Wikipedia who like actually clicked the button to make it public and wrote it and did the research. I'm sure a lot of you are not BFDI fans, so like for you it was probably a lot of doing research and like gathering information on something that like you knew nothing about. So I really appreciate that. I'll put it in the description who did that. So like thank you so much. You changed my life forever, and I believe that indie animation is gonna keep growing. And thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.